Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I want to talk about the number one thing that I am most concerned about with the GOAT Festival, because there is a lot to like on paper about this GOAT Festival, despite the fact that I will say there's one glaring potential issue. So I'm going to talk about how this issue can be avoided and what I really hope 2K does with this GOAT Festival to make it a good festival throughout season 7, or throughout season 8, I should say. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's get into the video. So the biggest issue, I'll just come straight out and say it, is the way that they're doing week 1 as of right now. The way that they have pieces set up is that you either pull a piece that looks like this, a GOAT piece, a gold piece like this that says week 1 on it, or you have this GOAT Festival piece which has AK, Brandon Roy, and Michael Beasley on it. It's a week 1 GOAT piece and a week 1 gold piece. You need week 1 GOAT pieces to get Andre Karolinko, to get Michael Beasley, to get Brandon Roy, etc. Now, for the rest of it, you just need gold pieces, so that doesn't matter. You do need like week 1 pieces, but you don't need that many, so it's not that hard to get them in a week. Even 60 gold pieces in a week if you're playing. I haven't played on this account at all. I'm getting on today for videos and stuff, but I haven't as of yet, so I don't have really any pieces personally on this account yet. But all these other things expire in a week, so I'm fine with these being week 1 the pieces if they're only there for a week. The problem that I have is that if you don't get the GOAT pieces in week 1 for AK, for Beasley, for Brandon Roy, how do you get GOAT pieces for week 1? After week 1. So if you're not able to get these cards within the next basically 6 days, by next Friday when content comes out, how do you get them? And the biggest question that I have is there going to be an exchange to exchange GOAT pieces from, let's say, week 3 into GOAT pieces from week 1 if you want to go back and get a player the drop? Because what it looks like is going to happen is 2K is going to be refreshing a lot of this on a weekly basis. Like, they're going to add 3 new GOAT cards. Now, they're not going to take out these GOAT cards. There's no expiration timer on these, so they'll stay there, but they're going to add 3 GOAT cards, and then they are going to replace all of these rewards with new rewards is what it looks like anyway. So I'm wondering what their plan is, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what is the goal here, and how are you going to do this? Because I really hope what they do is add an exchange where it is like a week 2 of GOAT event piece, and you can exchange any other GOAT event piece into a week 2 GOAT event piece, or a week 1 GOAT event piece, or a week 3 GOAT event piece. And so that if you have pieces from other weeks, or whatever the case may be, or you want to continue grinding, let's say you wanted to over the season grind for Michael Beasley, which is, I think the math was 375 triple threat park games, or triple threat park wins would get you Michael Beasley, not including any other challenges or anything like that. Which, by the way, did they even add new GOAT festivals? They did not add new GOAT festival challenges today. They've only had these GOAT festival challenges so far, which isn't ideal. I also don't love the fact that the King of the Court reward doesn't give you any sort of pieces anymore for playing the 3 King of the Court games. So I don't know, definitely looks like there's less to grind as of right now in terms of actual challenges, but you do get more rewarded for playing the games. Like, these guys are actually attainable, not easy, but attainable if you play the game a lot, like a ton, and grind these pieces out. Because, I mean, again, each GOAT event piece is 15 triple threat park wins. You know what I mean? So 15 times 25 is 375. If you want Michael Beasley, that's 375 triple threat park wins, which somebody will absolutely be able to do over the course of a season. It might take them 3 weeks or a month or even 5 weeks, but they're not going to do that in all likelihood in a week. There are only a few people really grinding the game enough, I think, to get these cards within a week just by grinding. And my concern is that these players aren't really very grindable if you can't exchange pieces from previous weeks, or from this week into previous weeks. Because if somebody has a goal of saving pieces for a player like a Taco Fall that might come out in this festival, or Bol Bol, or somebody like that, and they want to grind throughout the season and save pieces, can they do that? You know what I mean? Like, or are these players literally only going to be available for basically a week, and then after that there's no way to get them besides maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll put super packs at the end of the season that'll have pieces from all 6 weeks or whatever. I really don't know, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm definitely concerned about that, because that would kill the grindability of this festival. And that's the best thing about this festival, is that as of right now, if you set your mind to it, you can grind for a card this season, whether it's one of these or one of the guys who's going to be later on this season, if they make it so that you can exchange pieces between weeks. I think it's very, very important that they make that change, especially since there's no MT method with this now. I mean, you can basically only get a bunch of like badges and stuff as your rewards, as like the lower tier badge rewards. So I mean, I don't really know right now, to be totally honest. I guess some of these lower tier rewards are nice. Like this is repeatable. This 10-pack box is repeatable with 25 gold cards. Like you can get multiple free 10 boxes, for example. That's kind of neat. You can get legend badge option pack for 5 gold pieces. That's pretty cool. No limit on it. Like some of these rewards are nice, but if you want to grind for the higher tier rewards, I don't know. I'm concerned. I would say probably save your pieces as of right now and hope that 2K adds an exchange for this next week. If they don't add an exchange for this next week, then you're gonna probably have to spend your pieces that you acquire throughout a week before the next week starts on whatever rewards. Otherwise you may not even really be able to use them. That's what I'm concerned about. We'll see what 2K does. As a whole, I don't know how I feel about this GOAT festival, because I like the fact that theoretically it's a lot more grindable than all the other festivals were, where you needed to play like ungodly thousands of numbers of games to actually potentially try to grind for something, which obviously nobody has the time to do. I mean, there isn't enough time in the festivals, literally, if you played the game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to grind for some of these players that 2K was dropping over these last festivals. It was absolutely spend money for a lot of them, or you had no chance, you know what I mean, for all the top tier cards basically. So I don't know, that's obviously this aspect of that is better, but the fact that there are I guess cards for lower than GOAT tier that you can get, but they're not great ones. They didn't put a great Invincible, they didn't put a great 100 overall, they put a bunch of Dark Matters that people don't really care that much about. In all honesty, nobody really wants 100 overall, not even with a plus option packs at this point, or a regular pack. Like, some of the rewards are a bit disappointing. So I don't know. I think as of right now, I personally am fully aware that I am not going to play the game nearly enough. I just don't have the time in the day, in all honesty, or the really truly desire to play the game enough to actually get one of these cards, AKBs or B-Roy, by grinding. And so if 2K doesn't drop more challenges and drop more stuff, I personally am not really motivated to pursue any of these cards. And I think that might be the way a lot of other people in the community feel too, because it does kind of sometimes, as of right now, still, with the lack of like actual challenges and stuff and just the sheer amount of games you have to play, which I think is great. Again, for people who are grinders, the fact that they have the ability to just grind and get one of these cards is sick. I'm not going to play 375 triple threat park games. You know what I mean? I'm not going to play 100 and like 200 and some odd, I think it's 250 showdown wins for Michael Beasley. Like I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to play the game that much. I haven't played the game that much all year. And so for me, as of right now, I'm kind of like, just don't even really feel like grinding for any of this stuff, because there's nothing too specifically grind that feels like it's going to get me there in a timely manner. You know what I mean? And so for the grinders out there, this is great. But for me, it's kind of, as of right now, I don't feel like there's much for me here. You know what I'm saying? Besides badges and stuff, and maybe a 10 bucks. But I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this GOAT festival in the comment section down below. Again, I'm not really complaining that it's a grindable thing, because I'm happy for the grinders that they have content like this that is accessible for people who are really playing the game a lot. But I also don't know if this is going to actually wind up being a good festival, because it is very dependent on what 2K does with exchanges and things like that to finish off this festival. We will have to wait and see either way. With that being said, that is where I'm going to call the video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.